What's up, YouTube? It's Travion Clark from the Poor Man's Podcast, and I just wanted to give y'all a little insight about something that I've come to understand very recently. Now, I don't want to take up too much of y'all time, so I'm going to get straight into it, but make sure you become a member of the Poor Man Militia. We just did a great seminar on Friday, I believe it was, Friday afternoon, and I'm not going to tell y'all how great it was. I'll let the members of the Poor Man Militia tell you how great it was, and it was basically on content creation. If you're a business owner, this is something you need because you need to be promoting your business online. And if you're not a business owner, you just want to be a content creator like 76% of Gen Z, it's going to be a great place for you to start. You're not going to get the information any cheaper, but that's neither here nor there. I'll let the members of the Poor Man Militia tell you in the comments, in the pinned comment, if they thought the seminar was good and insightful. But either way, what I wanted to talk about today is an emotion that's helped me a lot through life. Now, for some of you who don't know, I used to play rugby for the USA national team. Before that, I ran track, Division I track and field, where I went on to break multiple records, became All-American. So, I have a lot of accomplishments and accolades lined up under my name. And none of those things really genuinely bring me happiness, right? And this because happiness is such a fleeting emotion that the pursuit of happiness will almost always lead you to despair. Even though the things I've accomplished were they were pretty significant. I count them as significant. I'm not saying that they're not significant, but usually when you're chasing happiness and you chase goals, when you accomplish those goals, you realize that there are no champagne popping moments, and you're waiting for this big rush where you're like, okay, I made $20,000 in a month. I made $50,000 a month, $100,000 in a month. Which I have on this YouTube channel before, right? Now YouTube is a very fleeting thing. The average length of a YouTuber's career is like 2 to 3 years. So I don't really get to see any of the money. I have to be very frugal and very mindful about that, and I have to try to invest a lot of it. And I thought I have foresight with that, right? So I've made a lot of investments. But what I'm trying to say is when you're chasing those goals, you realize that there's no champagne popping moments. And chasing the pursuit of happiness through goal seeking is very frivolous in a way where if you accomplish it, you get so happy sometimes that you become unproductive. And if you don't accomplish it, you can come so down and so hard on yourself that you begin again to be unproductive. And it's just not good to feel that way about yourself. So what's really helped me, and something that I've been really keeping in mind, especially over the last literally the last 2 months. If you guys don't know, I've made a lot of changes in my life. I have a daughter now. She's 3 weeks old now, and that's brought me a lot of happiness, fulfillment. I more say when you waking up at 2 a.m. you're not happy, but it brings you a lot of fulfillment, right? But also I uprooted my life and I moved to a neighborhood where there's only 6,000 people in the entire town. So I'm starting completely from scratch. It's just me and my wife and my daughter, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. But either way, what I wanted to get into is the emotion that really helps me, and that is contentment. And I know it seems very cliche. But contentment to me is it's happiness, but not so much happiness that you become unproductive. It's gratitude, but not so much gratitude that you're calling your parents and calling your friends and telling them how much you love them. It's just enough of all of those things balanced, enough for you at the end of the day to go, today was a good day. And I do this by having a few goals throughout the day where if I accomplish those goals, I know no matter what, I'm moving in the right direction. So it helps me regulate my emotions too, because I know if bad things happen to me, as long as I've done those things throughout the day, I'm moving in the right direction no matter what. Also, it kind of insulates you because you realize when you're doing those daily goals and you're setting those daily habits that will eventually lead you to whatever level of success you might ever want to pursue, you realize that when you're actually trying to do those things, for me, it's trying to eat a little bit better right now, it's reading a little bit more, and it's making a video a day. And I also try to throw in working out. So if I do those 4 things throughout the day, I know no matter what, it's considered a good day for me. Let me give you an example also recently. I have a property out here in Texas, a fourplex, and I had a tenant in one of the units in the fourplex who we just couldn't get on the same ground. He wasn't paying his rent, and it had been 3 months of him not paying his rent. And I'm usually willing to work with people, and I also try to practice business ethically, because I think that when you do things with good energy and positive energy and give out positivity to the world, it'll eventually come back to you. At the end of the day, it will. And so I've always tried to do things ethically. And when he couldn't afford his rent, the management company that worked to manage the property offered him a job under the management company. So he could do work and they would pay him for it. But the guy just didn't want to get it together, right? Like he would call in and say, it's my son's birthday, I can't come to work today. I don't know about y'all, but I work on my birthday. And sometimes the best gift you can give to your kids is having a roof over their head, electricity, and water. Now, they might not realize that at the moment, and they might, wish that their dad was there in the moment, but if you can provide those things, that stability to them, in the future, they'll grow to appreciate it. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to get at is, when he got evicted from the property, he completely destroyed it. Now, this is completely out of my wheelhouse of thinking. I would never do anything like that. But I do know that that's just what the nature of the business. And as I was finding out how much money I was going to be forking out to these damages, my wife was literally in labor. It was February 5th, 2025. I remember it. It wasn't that long ago. But my wife was in labor. And I just had such a good feeling of like serenity and peace. Even though I was getting like such bad news, not only is my wife in labor, my baby's about to be born, but also I'm going to have to fork out thousands of dollars, potentially tens of thousands of dollars, to rehabilitate this damage to the property that I'd already poured so much money into. And I so easily could have been like down and sad about that. But again, I went back to focusing on those goals. And like I said, focusing on those goals previously kind of insulated me. So when I needed to fork out the money was there. Because when you're not chasing frivolous happiness and you're goal oriented, you don't spend a lot of money. Because I got to make a video a day. I got to work out today. I got to do certain things on my schedule to make myself feel contentment so that at the end of the day, I could go, today was a good day. And if I'm chasing to do those things, usually it's more internal work than external work. And it just insulates you from the issues when they even do occur. So that's just one thing, guys. I just wanted to tell y'all real briefly, one of the things that's just helped me, it's just helped me so much throughout like this last like 6 months doing YouTube, finding this level of consistency, just trying to find some level of grounding, realizing there is no champagne popping moment. We've had these conversations down in the Poor Man Militia. Guys, become a member of the Poor Man Militia also. We're going to be doing another seminar on Friday that I'm going to be doing based on content creation again. I'm going to have people on there that have helped me buy my properties, helped me with my finances, people who make way more money than me, people who know more than me. I'm going to have also social media influencers that know more than me about thumbnails, titles, whatever it may be. So we're going to be learning these things together as we go. Again, I have the show, the morning show every day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Come join that too if you like to hear politics. If you don't like to hear politics, if you don't want to keep up on politics, I understand. But that's what that's going to be about every morning, 10 a.m. to 12. Again, this is about my pursuit of just trying to find these habits and this good sense of consistency, where I'm not chasing just the end goal, but I'm trying to build these daily habits that are gonna get me to some end goal. I don't know what they are, but it seems like there's dignity in the pursuit. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L, and give me the HBO special. That's a Help Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.